Hello and welcome to another stream. The 5th, I think. 5. Let's see. I'm gonna post the link in Discord as always. There we go. There. There we go. So for today, I thought we're gonna finish set up the off-screen target. We set it up. We have just started. Last time I just installed it, and let's see, working correctly. Looks fine. Working correctly. Audio also looks fine. Wait, there's no description posted during the stream. On later. There's no description. It's lame. Well, it's restream. Put over restream, and actually there's already a description. I think that appears after the video goes live. Set up the internationalization. We've started that in a previous one, but it's not yet super important. Yeah, if you have any question or you prefer, hey, I really need to show you this or this, then just let me know. And I can look at it earlier. And yep. So without further ado, get right into it. So here, if you need the asset store link for this, so let me first explain maybe what this is all about. The off-screen target, or actually I can show it on the asset store page, is for this simple icon that's showing a look back to the path. That was the idea. So you can, so the user gets an idea when he's looking away from the line. Then you want to show him, hey, look back to the line. And I found this quite simple asset, because I couldn't, or I didn't want to make the calculations to do it myself, so just went with this one. And see. So this is our little scene here. We have the fmesh agent, we have an fmesh, we have one destination so far, and we have a small script that is like handling the navigation. So if I walk around here in my scene, did I even scan my office? No. Oh, the home office. You have this line going to this. And yeah, for example, in this instance, we don't have a backup yet when we're not on the line anymore and we come back to the line, then I think we have an issue for this. We have an issue for this. Re-enable navigation on fmesh error. Yeah. So let's check this out. fmesh. No, not an fmesh. The green target. What do we call it? Off-screen target. Yeah. So if you download a Unity asset, the best thing is always to look at the the asset folder, they most of the time they have a an example scene. Let's see it here. Am I blind? Oh, we can just check our repository and see in what file folder. Oh, it's already open. Here we go. Pixel play. Okay. Pixel play. No. Assets. Ah, here. There we go. Beans. See if this actually does something. Yeah, so here you have a little example. So you have those game objects, and then you have a turn, and they go out of sight. Then you have this arrow showing up. This is exactly what I want to do. On this side. Yeah. So you can basically go to this scene and see how it's done. And so let's check here. Go back to our scene. Oh, we have the air path visualizer. We could either add it to this one. I think that's what I've done in previous Forest Fairy. Yay, first comment. Yeah. Okay. Ah, here already. Ah, do we already? Ah, I think we have it uncommented. Ah, okay. That's great. Alright, stop. Why is it when I write a comment in the chat coming from my other YouTube channel? Funny. Anyways, even though I changed my account, weird. Hello. Writing from vSLAM dashboard. Ah, that works as well in the highlights. Oh, not bad. Okay. Hey, hey. Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to write in Discord. I think if someone writes here, I should see it in stream as well. Best. No. I think I've set this up once, but probably doesn't work anymore. Or was it in pizza stream? No. Anyways, so we're looking at the off-screen target. And I already forgot the uncommenting shortcut. Luckily we wrote it down last time. Some useful things. Control K U. Totally not. Well, maybe Control Kommentare on German and U on comment. Maybe that's a bridge. Okay, so we have the off-screen target, the object in the 3D world that we want to show with a 2D arrow. And then path estimation utils. Yeah, so that's the path calculation. Also another thing. Then if the line is disabled, we want to disable it. That's also useful. Line position. Both each corner set to the line renders position a little bit over ground. Why is this? Why do we have this twice? It's the same, right? Path corners E, Y, X. Why is this twice? I have no idea. Makes sense. Okay, so I hope that's okay if I don't comment on everything of this, because you can read through the comments in the code on the repository. But yeah, if something more technical or specific you want to know, then just add. Target indicator shows the next corner and path. So yeah, the idea of the off-screen target is that it shows back to the line. And how we solve this can be done better by calculating a point on the line. Yeah, so it's still a to-do from our bachelor thesis 2 years ago. Yes, eventually what I want to do, or what I will do, let me still file it, I hope. Yeah, because we can save. What I'm gonna do is I put the off-screen target here, so then or to the next point, going away from the deathmatch agent. And then when I'm looking away, I'm gonna point to this, exactly this position. I'm just gonna put it on the next point, which is a bit cheap and it doesn't work 100%. Because in some cases, I mean, it does work, but in some cases, I don't remember which ones, I found out that it was a bit odd. For example, if there is, let's see if we can find it out. If I have a long path, can't remember which case was one of them. I think if I have a long corridor and there's a long line, and then it just shows on the next one, it's not very accurate. So ideally it would be like 1.5 meters from the point of user. Maybe we can even do that right now. Maybe it's not so hard. So what we want to do is take the distance. So let's think about this. What we could do is take the point of the next distance. And then go into this direction somehow for 2 meters. And then place the object there. Let's see if we can figure out something. So what I'm doing is if the path corners, I hope you know what it is. So the path is the nav mesh path. So this is the path. We just visualize it with the line renderer. And yeah. And so each path has like corners, and each corner is like a so this is a corner. This is a corner. This is a corner. This is a corner. Let me think. If this is also a corner, is the beginning also a corner? Let's see. Where's our line renderer? So here we have the position. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you just go closer, we should have less. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we also could visualize it. Oh, that would be actually really interesting. Let's see. I think we have. We already have. No, we don't have a prefab yet. Let's create a simple cube. 3D object or take cube or spheres. Spheres. Not okay. Here. Where are you? Here. And then we're gonna give it a color. We already have some colors. Let's give it green. A bit smaller. This is just gonna help us to understand it a bit more how this stuff works. Let's maybe not take green. It's the same color as the nav mesh agent. Let's take blue. Boom. Maybe too big. Let's see. So we're gonna save this as a prefab. Boom. And then here in the visualizer, we're gonna we have a new corner visual prefab. Used. And then it's maybe in the settings we're gonna have an option to toggle this on and off, just for fun, to show a bit. I like it when applications like this, they have kind of like a debug mode where you also visualize what do you see, like the nav mesh, the corners, the stuff. I also want to kind of record where the person walks, so we can look at it. And at some point you could also like store it to a database or something and make some analysis where people often walk and stuff like this. That could be very interesting. Or you could even calculate at what positions people often get stuck and things like this. Okay, can you please make a proper video on explaining step by step? Well, what exactly? What do you mean? Hey, Luis. What do you mean? Which steps? Like, because the whole air navigations thing is the big thing. A lot of aspects to it. With this live stream, I'm trying to do kind of a bit of video step by step. Sometimes it's a bit discussion and stuff. Of course, I'm more explaining things, but because creating a video about everything step by step is very time consuming, and at the moment I cannot do it, unfortunately. So I decided to make like live streams. Hope that's okay. And as soon as you start with a project like this, like if you work on it by yourself, you will see you have specific questions, and I think the best is you could just get started. For this, I create this repository that is public. You can get it and you can see how things work. Try to comment a lot in the code, so it's a bit self-explanatory. I hope that's okay. Yeah, because creating a video, the whole implementation of this kinda takes a long time. A lot of coding and editing. So used to visualize of the path. And so what you want to do is so here we're looping, here we're drawing path. Done in the update. And I think every 10th of a second calculate the path new. This is this time elapsed. We have a small delay, so it doesn't do the calculation all the time. And so now we want to what's it called? Game object instantiate. Instantiate position, rotation. So we want to do this prefab on a prefab. I'm going to put it to the position. Oh wait, position, line position. Yeah, so to the line position. Position is actually not very correct, but go through each corner and set to the line around position. Then we're gonna have a turn on what is 0? I'm gonna use identity. So let's see. There was a question. I had a question. I have my computer, which is Windows, but I have an iPhone 15 Pro cell. How could I test it on the iPhone 15 from Windows Unity? Oh, good question. iPhone 15 Pro cell phone. I tested on the iPhone 15. Oof, you probably can't. Because iOS is quite restrictive for Apple. The whole ecosystem on Apple, I like it. It is so restrictive because it's one time you did it, it's very straightforward to deploy to it, but it's very difficult to set up. So to have it run on your iPhone 15, you would have to have a Mac where you can deploy it. Here in your deploy menu, you switch to iOS. Here I can't. Like install with Unity Hub. What does that mean? It could be that with Unity Cloud you can do it. Yes, so what I think is you need a Mac. Wait, let's see what this is. Maybe you can do it on Windows. Back. And you build deploy Unity. You're able to build an XK project, then you just transfer sculpture on a Mac. Yeah, so yes, with Windows you could build it, which is already nice. I've made several Unity projects for instance using Windows when installing Unity. Don't forget to check iOS. Okay, so you can install the build tools on your computer and just transfer this Xcode project on a Mac with Xcode installed, and you'll be able to compile the project in order to run it on your device. So yeah, you still have to have a Mac at some point to run it, which is a bit yeah, their ecosystem. So just like other app development options, the Android phone need AR depth API feature for this? I don't think so, no. Of course, I'm sure it's helpful to it's helpful with performance probably, but if you look at the Vuforia engine, they have kind of a fallback for phones that don't have the depth. So would I have to install a Mac operating system on my PC? I don't think that works, or I have never seen someone do this. I know that there's one operating system that Apple gave out to test. Could try it, but best option would be to install it on a Mac. And then the problem with developing on iOS is you need $100 per year to have an account and to deploy it like this. And so you need to pay like $100 every month, every year, once a year, to have a developer account and to submit your app even to the beta store. But yeah, I just realized I cancelled my app my subscription, so not even be able to show it on the Mac. But yeah, maybe because currently I'm short in budget, so I cancelled it. I'm not very active using it at the moment, so. But yeah, that's a drawback that I have to do this on a project. I would go for transfer. Wyatt, did you see a limit somewhere? You mean like for working on it with Unity or generating the error targets? I have no idea. You would need to check. For sure you need if you just use the Vuforia creator app, the whole creation of the error target and rendering is on the you will do on your iOS. So I guess that's not a problem. You can generate error targets with your iPhone. And so this was Louis asking. But yeah, with the iPhone you can generate error targets, but you won't be able to test like your app unless you have a Mac. Hope that answers everything. And then for Harry, I would try it with what you have. There's not a lot of rendering, not a lot of file size needed for this. I mean, this is very simple. Unless you have like super huge areas, but in the beginning you start small, right? What bad luck for me. I have Windows PC, my Android cell phone doesn't work. And now I can't test because it's not compatible. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I hope you didn't just buy an iPhone just for that. Yeah, I mean, I hope you can find someone you can lend an Android phone from at school or at work. And otherwise, most of the development you can do inside Unity. At some point you need to test it outside, right? Or maybe ask a colleague or a friend. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. Like this. Yeah, but I hope I answered your question so far. So let's test this. I need to assign this prefab. here. We use A-star algorithm for something for path finding. I assume we're perfecting the visualizer. I don't know if you're watching or not. Who is this? No. Path finding system of Flash. I'm Hari, by the way. Ah, okay. So navmesh is lit. Navigation and payfinding. Is there a picture still? Navigation in Unity. Yeah, so this is the best. The best way to start. A-star, when I started the project 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago? I also looked at A-star and I thought, oh, that's better and everything. Most of the Unity games, they use this to move around their NPCs. But it's quieter. So probably most of games made in Unity, they use this for NPCs to move around the map. And so this is very powerful. You want to use this to save money. A-star path finding has a they have a plugin for Unity, but in the end it's doing the same thing. So I would recommend not to use it unless you really need a feature that is only doable in A-star, and I haven't found one. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, and in the beginning it was a separate project and everything, so my previous videos that I published 3 years ago is already a bit outdated. But basically it's the same. And they even updated the docs a lot, so yeah, this is read through this and you will know a lot in pathfinding costs to like help prioritize which path they should go and stuff like this. It's very cool. So you can like say, okay, this should be more or prefer, for example, if you're in a wheelchair, you don't want the wheelchair guy to take this, pose this route, right? So then you can do calculations like this. Okay, so Lewis has other questions. Will I have to buy a Mac or install a compatible operating system later? Or will you do a tutorial on how to implement it on iPhone? Sure, I can. The whole, I mean, it doesn't change something from, like, how do you say this? I mean, to publish it to iPhone, oh gosh, what happened? All I have to do is switch here and then build, and then there's the normal process of publishing to iPhone. And they are very good tutorials. I can recommend you one video, which is very cool. Just use my other browser. What's it called? Royal Sky. Royal Skies. He does 3D stuff, and it's a very unique way of videos. Like, he just talks to the point very fast, but very effective. Deploy to iOS, to upload to Apple App Store. Yeah, so he starts like when you have your Xcode project, like when you build here, do the build here, you have an Xcode project, and then what you do. And in 6 minutes, he explained this whole stuff. And believe me, if you follow along the steps, you need 1 hour or 2. But at some point, you will be able to do this also quick. But definitely recommend this one. Let me post it in the Discord, maybe. Deploy. Best. So far I found iOS. But this is like, this is deploying to the App Store. And if you want to deploy to the what's it called? Beta store. Gosh, fell out of my mind. I use it like daily. Not daily, weekly, for our app updates at work. Test flight. Oh yeah, it's test flight. And so you can upload to test flight and then you can download it. Yeah. I hope that helps. And then if you have specific questions, I can sure help, but I don't think it's worth for me to spend a lot of time like creating a good tutorial about this, because there are already many people that deployed that made tutorials about this. So far I found about going to test flight or app store. And he also has a tutorial for Android, so this is how I published my first app with this tutorial. It's perfect. The other question I had was, when scanning, if it is a large place, do you do it in parts or do you do a single scan? And if more scans are done, how do you put them together later? I would still like to see if you can help me with this, please. So if you have a large place, do it in parts? Yeah, of course I do it in parts. So sometimes you have most of the time you want to do it in parts, because you don't want to have a huge building and then just one scan. I mean, if you only do it for so one area target can support 4,000 square meters, but it's not very logic to have the whole building in just one loose performance. Maybe if there are similar parts, you want to split it up. So for example, if you build a prototype like this small little thing here, if you scan it with your phone, you can only record 5 minutes. So this is our limit, and then you can simply add, like for example, if I would capture here more space, I would just simply capture it, and then I would be able to put it in here, and most of the time it would recognize. I mean, it should not be overlapping, but most of the time it would recognize that this is next to each other. At least it's what's with the Matterport, what we experienced. And if you have, if you create them with your phone, for example, you could simply put them next to each other in the Unity scene, and then you have the multiple area target script here from Vuforia. The error targets, I think. Unity guide. Oh, here, multiple error targets. Then you can add the script as to a parent, and then they get realigned accordingly. And yeah, I answered these questions in one of my videos actually, how to do it. And then you can, for example, to enable this other one, you can have a collider, and then you enable it when you touch it here. You enable this one. Then as soon as it's found, it's disabled this one. I hope that's a bit clear. That's explained really quick, but yeah, there's one of the videos in my YouTube channel if you want to take a look. It's in the playlist of yeah, of the tutorials. Let's check if there's another question. No. Luis, does this answer your question so far? A bit? If you do it, my first recommendation is to start with one, already figure everything out, points of interest, navigation, UI, how to navigate, and everything, and then go to multiple error targets, because there are quite a few challenges. So what I've done here so far is oh, we constantly now are, that was not smart. So my idea was to put a prefab where there's a corner, but of course we need to update the ones that we already have and not instantiate new ones. Oh, that's not so easy actually. Yeah, that's true. We don't want to just instantiate it. So we probably want to have another array where we save them. What's the best way to do this? We have the path. Have a paint here. We have the path, right? And then we have the corners. X. And then maybe the person walks. Also, like, can I move here? Not a lot. Remove this. Yes. In the beginning we have this. Why is it smaller now? Why is it smaller? Oh, I had the pen. Oh, I had this. Okay, so in the beginning it's like this, and then when we're moving, the path changes, right? Why does not like, well, serve the purpose. How do we have to do? Oh, let's see if we have one less. Yeah. And then we instantiate an array. Size of the corners. We know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 6. And then we just go from the, I think from the corners. Where do we go from? I think we draw the line from the agent. I'm correct. The mesh agent we have here, yeah. So in this case, only the first position should change. Yeah, so the first corner is the agent itself. What is not working here? Ah, why is it disabled? Why do we have a second script here on the sign? That should not be. Okay. Okay, so we draw. The first one is from here. So we have a vector. We're just gonna save the. Do we have to save the position? No, we save the game object. Instantiate the game object. There. So this is give them numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can add them here. 6, or should we do it in reverse? Because now if we get shorter. Oh no, that makes sense, because the first, it's staying always, right? So we can just... Well, we just go through every time. Every tenth of a second we just go through, we delete them. And we can re-put them. Redraw them or reposition them. Oof. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Count anymore. In a second place, we'll have to delete one. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if we can do that. So this is going to be an array list of game objects. Hi all. Hello. I honestly forgot your name. Was it Peter? I've looked at some of your videos. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna what I want is let's see if I have to see a Unity scene. I want to display the corners of my nav mesh agent path, kind of better understand how things work. So this side looks if it's done wrong. So essentially what I want is to update the path and not do it all the time. Draw new bubbles like I want to. Yeah, so right now it's done all the time, which does not make sense. But I wanna have a list where I update the positions. So we better understand where the corners are of the path. Patrick, almost. Such a cool project. Thanks. It's been a while. I worked on it like very intense during my bachelor thesis, but at the moment I try to respond a bit to a lot of requests of people asking a lot of questions, and I thought best is just do a live stream where people can just join and ask questions. And how did you map the room? I used my iPhone for what is the tutorial? In one of the previous live streams I showed it. I'm trying to find that. Here we go. What I'm using is Vuforia engine, scan your environment, and there are lots of different ways to scan your environment. This is just a guide. Go here. So area targets is a bit misleading for people that don't know really what this is. Essentially, this is a point cloud, like in technical terms. A point cloud is like a digital representation of the environment with like unique feature points. And area targets is like the marketing name of Vuforia. And so this is what we use actually for mapping. And there are different ways to map it. Yeah, so the LiDAR has it uses the LiDAR scanners, right? There are other frameworks that do not require LiDAR, which do a bit more post-processing with AI and image comparison. But for this one, they require iOS. If you do it with the Creator app, there you're limited to like 5 minutes, which is enough for to doing a prototype app that I do here, which is available for people to try out this concept or this tech stack that I built. And then there's a capture API. This is very cool. I'm in the future, when this prototype is more developed, I'm gonna add this so people can scan their own room, then immediately map it, add their points, and then try it out like this. But then if you go on production level, you want to use Matterport, Novice, Leica, and stuff like this, because then you can build huge point clouds. For our bachelor thesis, we also did it with Matterport. Luckily, we were able to get it from a good guy. We're able to use it for free, because here you can create much larger scans. Let me see if I have an example. I don't want to open up another Unity where I could show it, because then my OBS will crash. That's what happened the last 2 streams. No, not last 2, but before. Maybe I can log into my Matterport. And I have this here. Right in. Yeah, so for example, this is a project that I've worked on for a navigation app, and this, I think it has five stories. you save stories, 5 floors. Let's see if you can look it from outside. So you see it's quite big. I forgot how to control. Control left click, yeah. So this is huge. But that was very fun. Like you can import this into the area target generator. If I have it here, area. I don't even have it installed here, unfortunately. But the area target generator is a tool from Vuforia, which let me slice this point cloud into different point clouds or smaller point clouds, so that, for example, if I know the user is on floor 0, I can only enable this one, and then if we go up, down, then we can enable the other point cloud, which help to more have a better accuracy or better performance. And yeah, that was very big, and it worked. Cool. Unfortunately, we didn't publish it because it needs a license, obviously, but yeah, it was a great project to show that it is definitely doable. We also say stories, okay. Okay, so right now, to solve this problem, so we're gonna have an array. We're gonna have an array of, no, we don't need it public. We have an array list of game objects. Call it corner simulation. Corners, visible corners. What's your problem? Nicht gehäuscht kann ich mit verwerfen werden. Why not? It's been a while I worked with this. How I did in the nav controller. Oh, where do you have arrays? Oh, we just have an empty one like this. I'm afraid if we just use a normal array, just like this. Okay. Just do it without type. Or is it like this? No. Well, we'll figure it out on the go. Holds all current corner prefab. Okay. Okay, so basically, so when we loop through the corner, count. So this is in the method where we draw the path from the nav mesh agent to the destination, actually. If the path is only one corner, there's no need. So then we go out the method. The array of the positions to the amount of corners. Do we want to? I wonder if you want to. Well, let's first. Do we create a new array and discard the old game objects? Question. So here we're looping through the corners. Here. So the nav mesh system is generating this path, which has access over calculate path. This method here, nav mesh calculate path, and this is the output. Here, nav mesh path. Oh, I hate underlines. Why did I do this? This is like so old school. There you go. Some devs will hate me for that. But we know that it's private. Like in old school development, people would do this to show this is a private variable. I mean, you can still do it, no worries, but nah, just don't do it. It's not necessary anymore because you have a good overview which are public, which are not. So we could even sort them a bit better, but we're fine. So let's go. This is the path. I agree. I never liked that. It's just so confusing. It makes it less readable. I think. So let's see. And so in here, I visualized a bit what I want to do. I have to think it through. We want to have so for each corner, so this is the nav mesh agent actually here. It's horrible with the mouse, nav mesh agent. Horrible handwriting. Mouse writing. And so yeah, we go from here. Question is, do we want to recreate this all the time, every 10th of a second? Every 10th of a second we recalculating the path. It kind of loses performance, but I mean, this is only for debugging. You're not going to show this to the user, right? So we're actually going to create here. And visible corners, instant create a new array list. Oh wow. This is actually what I want to do. I added some AI flavor to the Visual Studio. Not bad. There's autocomplete. Oh, let's make sure it's just a good thing. Opacity, okay. This makes sense. We want to have the same amount of corners. Set the array of positions to the amount of corners. Yeah. This is for the line renderer. This is for the our stuff. And then what first we want to do is clean up previous objects. Previous. So when I loop through each in each how would you call one? Visible corner. This is a game object. So for each of this, we want to do, I mean, this is very nasty, actually, we delete them. This is just very consuming if you do this. We just do it for the beginning, right? Okay, this is not, I've not prepared for this. I'm just making this up on the flow. Destroy object. Deprecated. It's for altered use object.destroy. Okay. Okay, so we destroy it. And then instantiate a new one. Then instantiate it here. Instantiate, I hope I say it correctly. Instantiate, I have no idea. See, Theo can help me. Instantiate. Okay. British. Instantiate. We had a little English lesson. Instantiate. Okay, so we instantiate the game object. How is it? Game object, new corner. Then we save it in this variable, and then we add the variable to those corners. Corner here. This is cool. Okay. Yeah, so this is for the line render, and this is for the corner. Initiate new object, add it. Yeah, so add it. We add it at the position. More efficient would be to just update them, update the position. More elegant would be to update the position and not delete them every time, but let's see if that works. Null pointer here, why? Object reference was not set to an instance of object. 83. Ah, the off-screen target. Ah, yeah, that's what we initially wanted to set up. So stop this quickly. Control K. Shift K. Oh, I hate shortcuts. Control KC. That's the problem when the whole day you're working on Mac and then when you work on Windows, it's horrible. KC, there you go. Compiling. Oh. Okay, so now we have working. Oh, I love it. We can also just do this. When I see it from the same view, and I can take this to my other window, other screen. So here you understand a bit better now how the, yeah, so these are the corners of the path. And they're big chunks. Aha, I cannot edit them because they cannot select them because every tenth of a second there are new objects, which is kind of stupid. Check if the position changed. Check if the position changed, and if it changed. Well, first we check if the we can check if the position changed. How is it done for the line? I mean, for the line we also render this all the time. By control slash. Yeah, that's what I would expect from control slash doesn't work. Yeah, I should slash. Yeah. No, that doesn't work. Alt F, Control F. No, Control F is search. Yeah. When I googled, that was the shortcut last time. That's why I documented it. Yeah. I'm sure you can bind it somewhere. It's a pain every time I open this up new. Settings somewhere. Blind share, no. Signed in. Yeah, I mean it works with Control key KC. What's Control KC? Control KC. Control KU. Oh no, what happened? KU. Yeah. Oh, now I deleted stuff. Yeah. So we're gonna live with it now. So what do we want to have it more performant or to have the same? Because it's just gonna use unnecessary amount of CPU from the very precious CPU on your phone. So it will make sense to actually check if the corners actually changed. So how you could do that? So here we look at the position. Here we set the position. I mean, you could compare X and Y and Z. With the new one, but which is the new one? It's already in the path, right? With the line position. Right, do we have access to the line? Because here we just say line point position, and then we say which. Look at the line renderer. We have the docs? Yes, we do. No idea. positions. How can we read the line positions? So I want to do this right in the beginning, right? Line point, line mark. Align positions? Get positions. Get the positions of all vertices in the line. What does this return? Why do I have to give a vector? How many positions are actually stored in the output array? I want the array. Ask Google. Get positions. This method is preferred to get position when retrieving all positions, as it is more efficient to get all positions using a single command than to get each position individually. Yeah, but why? This is a bit weird. I still have to get used to this on C#. So what you want to do is have a new array of vector 3. Let's see my keyword. Vector 3 line positions. Put this actually to the line. Oh, here. Oh, here, sorry. Where were we here? Positions, we do the out, and we say line positions. Kann nicht im Schlüsselwort out übergeben werden. What? Am I doing wrong? Do I not understand this right? I don't get here. Positions. I'm thinking if it works like this, then we put this into the method and then it sets this to this one. Hey, I have a question. Can we do the scanning of the room with Android or just with an iPhone having LiDAR sensor? Yes, for the moment there is this limitation that you can just do it with an iPhone or iPad that has LiDAR. There you go. I hope that does it. So now, get the positions, okay. We have the current positions. And then, or what we have is, let's say here we have the get or the update. update current positions, current line positions. And then we call draw path, or this method is called when we have a new path. So we know that in the path, where's the path? Path corners, we have the new corners, right? So then for each, oh, actually, oh no, we don't want to do this in every step, of course. Want to do this once. And then so for each we loop through the new corners. And there it's already interesting. If there's a different amount of corners, you need to get rid of some and you need to keep some. Okay, so if I scan it with an iPad having LiDAR and build the app for Android, will it work for all the Android? Like the older phones too? Yes, most of the time. There is a recommended devices. To check this list, or recommended devices. Yeah, so here's a list of recommended devices. Obviously will not work on very old phones. I would, if you want to use AirTarget, I would set the setting here in the where is it? Air camera. Here I would set it to include, I would set AirCore requirement to required, and this already reduces a bit the amount of Android phones that it can run on. Like on the older phones, I would say the phones from 5 years ago would not be supported. No, not to. It would just be my guess, but I have no idea actually. You would have to go research it a bit. Which phones, which phone version, which Android version, which minimum Android version supports AirCore. Oh, that happened. I pressed some weird combination, which I think the phones which have depth APIs you can run AirCore app. Also, none. I think the phones which have depth API support can run AirCore app. Also, phones that do not run, that do not have depth support can have for AirCore. If you look a little bit on the concept how AR works, you don't need to necessarily have depth data. If you look at the concept of vSLAM, visual inertia simultaneous location and mapping, this is a good, no, this is definitely not a good, well done with your SEO, but horrible site. So maybe if Vuforia explains it a bit. So if you read a bit more about it here, it helps. There are a lot of other blogs that explain vSLAM. There's the visual inertial aspect. I mean, it would take a bit more of explanation to explain it here, but basically it is the ability to map that the device knows exactly if it moves from here to here. It knows exactly that was 2 centimeters that you moved, and this is done by gyroscopes and specific sensors in camera, and the gyroscopes and camera are very close together, that they know. At least that's what iOS did, or what Apple did when it was a couple of years ago, already 5 years or more. Then yeah, that's quite a fascinating story actually. But it's long story short, so basically it works also without depth camera, without depth sensor, stuff like this. Hope that makes sense. Because you can do it from the movement and from the pictures only. With depth it will be better accuracy, it will be faster and more accurate, but it's not necessary. That's yeah, long story short. But it's a very fascinating topic, especially if you also go into a bit robots and robots finding out where they are while mapping. That's basically the concept of vSLAM. That's very worth a try for researching a bit. I just scratched a bit on the surface from the beginning of my bachelor thesis, but there's a lot of research in vSLAM regarding mapping the environment and stuff like this. Very fascinating. Gonna drop this link if you want to have a read. Post in the Discord. Worth a read. Understand AR. Well, that's regarding, maybe I'm gonna find a good. Was a great project from, what's his name? Josh? No, his name is not Josh. Hey, Rim Rush. I think I referenced. Wait, that's the presentation. Paper presentation. No, navigation instruction. Text available is this one. Full German paper. So here's the full. Oh, there were definitely more than 13 references, but maybe. There was like a groundbreaking open source project from a guy that made like a prototype of I think it was vSLAM. Ooh. Raoul Moore. Yeah, Raoul Moore. Then he made the vSLAM 2. Very cool. So he basically showed how with just the camera he was able to map the environment. Yeah, so that was like a sparking project for many needs to work on that. They used this in the beginning and they built it out. Very cool. Very technical. Okay, I hope that answers some questions. Now I got off track and I don't actually time ran out for the stream today. Let's find a satisfying end. With current line positions. So we get the last line positions. And then we get the ones. Yeah, the question is, what do we do if we know they're shorter? We don't know which one changed, right? Yeah, I'll have to think this through before. But for now, this works with the deleting it and then just recreating it. Commit this, got this, to find a way to use. Reuse, not replace, date position. Yeah, because sometimes it can also happen that they like overlap each other and then do a lot of calculations on that stuff. Like you could maybe, well, but in the end you want to draw the path. I mean, you're also drawing the path. That should not be a big deal. What you can do is always use the same game objects. Just move them to a different position. We don't have to instantiate them new. But we could like always reuse them. This is always better. Like for example, I don't know if you know about the bullets from a gun. It's more performant if you always use the same bullet. For example, if you have a shotgun and a shotgun, called a machine gun, you always use the same bullet again, without like shooting it, then it goes far away, and then just delete it and then recreate a new one. Just reuse the same, or you have 10 and then you reuse those and actually like let them go in front and then come back again. This is more performant than just instantiate them all the time new, which is very performant. So, or it's using a lot of performance. So, I want to solve this now. I want to solve this now. I have an idea. So if we know the line of, we just check for the count, if the count is different. Yeah, we don't care about the position. We just check for the count. Where do we check this? In the beginning, it's actually 0, right? How do we know that? Those lines, do we know the count? Not by this one, yeah. Guess so. Or length. Oh yeah, length. What? Oops, what happened? Oh, that's a shortcut for moving the window. Position count. This is amount of positions. So here we already overwrite it, so we probably should not overwrite it because when we reuse it, right? So well, this is gonna happen in 1 second. So I guess if the position count, well, what positions? Line position count. If the line position count is bigger than the visible corners, oh wait, this is an array list, right? Yeah, and here we have to do count. This is bigger. This just I think. Oh, okay. This is bigger. Okay, so my idea is to just add the missing counts. So what I'm going to do is new counts. So we have the 5, and then the next one we have maybe one less. Then we need to remove this one, okay. Well, let me just remove one. Doesn't matter which one. We'll just loop through it and we set the positions of the current corner. So yeah. We have different cases. They're more, they're same, and they're less, right? So we have to just have some if else. So if there's more, my position is more. Okay, context if the line position gets more. Then we have this. Nope. Why different keyboards? Nope. A bunch of them. Maybe this one. How to make brackets Brackets. Heck, I just want to make brackets. Nope. Ah. Move the right out. Come on. Heck. Why not with the left? Weird. Oh, it's the German one. Okay. Same? No, it's the same. Okay. So this means... if the line has more... No, not correct. We need to go from the path, right? Because the visible is the same as the line, so... path... corner. Path, point, corners, no. Corners, point, length. The length of the path. We have... Okay, more... available. Oh, new corners. New corners that we have then visualized yet. And that means... Let me just instantiate it at a random point. Those are kind of stupid. But could we just do that on the fly? Like, you know... Yeah, maybe we can do this on the fly. If we go through the corners... Something... new... We haven't visualized yet. Oh, just do it like small note. Then we have else if let me do sorry. What is the other? Well, the other case is path is smaller than yeah, smaller. Or less. We want to delete some. Delete. Okay, so we just delete the difference, right? Delete it from the visual corners, right? Let me do slice. Maybe it's also better we use an array for not sure how strict the I'm just gonna try it. Check. But then why are we... Oh, here we get the list from. How do you instantiate an empty? Oh no, I got lost. Where is our script? Here. Wow, how do we do this in Sharp? Gosh, I have problems with my contact lens. Out of it to get what you want out of it. Don't forget to include the link namespace. Okay. Not remove items from arrays in C#. On array list. Oh, clear. We don't want to clear. Why is this so horrible? I guess JavaScript is just nice. Array list remove. Whoa, but I don't want to just... Yeah, but... I'm just gonna go with the copy. copy to, but how does copy to work? To target, and this is the index. Destination index. Of the code will destination array new int. Okay. Copy to destination array. Print array. And 20, 30, 40, 50. So destination array. Source array copy to. Where does the 0 come from? This is the source array. Okay, that's the source array. We copy to the destination array. New int. What is this? New int 6. Ah, so this is just a number. Creates an array that has 6 slots. And then the first one is just 0. Why is it 0? Questions over questions. Oh gosh, I just want to do something simple. I'm just coming from JavaScript, but where everything is a lot easier with arrays. Okay. Does it what index of the destination array should? Aha. Like where it starts putting it, which slot it starts putting it. Constraint copy. Is that constraint guarantees that all changes are undone if the copy is not succeed? Interesting. Convert all clone. There's clone. Okay, where is it? Oh, that's a list where we can use remove at. Shift all elements after index one position to the left. Resize there by one less element. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I do need. Aha. New array, and I just. Okay. Oh, I kind of like this one. Okay. So. New. And then they loop through the corner. We would loop through it and. I mean, in both cases, we need to loop over it, remove them, or remove to all of the others. Or we're not going to do a performance comparison on this, but what is simpler? I think. There are more options. How to remove an element from an object. I think I'm gonna go with this one. So we have a new array. New double corners. But this is only in the case it's smaller, right? So we don't need to do it here. And how do I do it? New, why not new int, but see if this works for. And then we have the original length minus the difference, right? So we have the path corner counts minus this, right? Does that make sense? That's the difference. Let's just do this separate. We can debug it better later if there's something not working. If I'm thinking up something that doesn't work, missing. And then what do they do? Oh, and then they do a for loop. And then this is the corners. They're just gonna copy this, and then the new ones, and then we just reassign it. Visible corners like invisible. Okay. Delete just okay, and then there's the else case. The else case, it's the same. Amount of corners. Okay, it's the same. Do nothing actually. Do nothing at this stage. I mean, we can minimize this obviously, but just for thinking purposes, thinking the algorithm through. And so then while looping over the corners, do we need to know the case of this? I don't think so. Well, for this case, yeah. That doesn't work anymore. How does it work with push? Oh. How do you add a new? No, so at the visible corners, and we can use the same index, as it will have the same index as the other one, as we can see here. Point, and they all have the game object. Oh, this is readable. Read only. Yeah. So here we will just give the new position, align position, update position of okay, and so we do this if how do we know if the visible corner doesn't have a game object yet? We know that we have to instantiate one, right? If visible like now, there is no instantiated corner yet. And we instantiate it and we add it at this position. How do we add it? Wait. We need to visible corners. Yeah, like this. Add it and then we update it. Wow. That's a bit double. No, not. We need to go in. Else. No, that's not what it is. Date. Okay. I think that's it. I mean, that's not very nice like this, but let's see if this works. Nope. Value cannot be null. Oh wow. What have we done? Value cannot be null. Well, yeah. Positions. This. Not a problem. Erased. Well, what if I don't know? I know the size in the beginning. Can we do this as array list? No, it has to be an array, I think. But do I know it? Yeah, it has to be an array object, I think. Get. How many prisons were actually stored in that? Probably had. And we can. Oh yeah, we know from the. We know from the path how big it should be, right? But this is from the line. The path have changed, might have changed. So this is tricky. They want to already have an amount how big they want to be. How do I know that? I mean, you know that. Stupid if I need to declare it. Get the positions of all vertices in the line. Well, do we still need that actually? We don't even need that. Nope. with current line positions. Because we go from the path and we compare it to the visible corners. Okay, perfect. Handle called fish. Okay, there's still an index out of bounds. Okay. Why is it not possible? Guess this is maybe empty. Aha. Don't we? Aha, so this we should not do this anymore. Don't want to delete them, right? And then, we only do it when there are less. The first place, like at one time we need to do it. We need a special case for this. Path corners is bigger than visible corners length. In the beginning, well, this will be 0, right? New corners. Why, here we could ask if here we could handle the case of the setup if visible corners length 0. We want to visible corners game object, array of game objects with path corners count. Right. I think that makes sense. There are no corners. Yeah, I forgot to cover this case. Hide it. Not you guys, you were just watching. Okay. Now just a bunch of index out of bounds. Okay, there's still something missing. 34. This still happens if. Why? They stay the same. What happens? In my opinion, this should always be the same big. Well, let's do debugging. Let's do it here. So Let me go here. Enable debug for this session. Compiling. Come on. Does this actually start automatically now or what? Yeah, so now we got into this first draw. Now, how many? 0 and 1, both are null. Makes sense, right? And then this is what? We don't know. Can I not compare this if this is null? Ah, yeah, it is null. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, I can compare this with null. Okay. Then instantiating this. Okay, this is 0. Path corners. Also 2. Only 2. Okay. Then second case. I is 1. B. I. And this is also okay. This is the second one. Instantiate one. Good. Then you're done. Okay. Then I continue it running. Then in the next case, path corners still 2. It updates the previous instantiated corner. Good. What is this? Is this where the exception happened? I mean, this is doing it all the time, right? I actually go into this editor now. Huh. So the problem only happens when when I'm moving. Let's continue. Okay, so now I'm not updating that one. That's weird. Or is it sides? Ah, it's sides, so we cannot see it. Why can we not see it from top? Ah, because it's too close. Okay, so this makes sense. So if we stay the same, they just stay the same. Okay, then now what if there's an additional corner? Okay, here it's breaking. Get an additional corner. Why is it breaking? We have vector 3. And then visible corners. Ah, so this is the new case. In the new case, because the array is not, yeah, of course, the array is not copied. The array is to just push it, but the array is not possible. So what we need to do is other case, we need to copy the previous one into a new one. Need to create a new array with current size, the overall object. For those guys that still bear with me, cool. If you have any questions, let me know. I have plenty. We need to create new array with current size copy of whole project. Yeah, so we create, like here, create new visible corners. And this is the new ones is the corner count, because that's the current, the new ones. So we make a for each over the previous visible corners. Can we do this different? When here we copy, we also copy the previous ones over. But this is just a smaller amount. I wonder if you can do this together. Basically, we want to do the same thing here. A copy, not from, yeah, through this actually. I want to copy all of the visible ones to the new one, then assign it. Then we have some filled ones and some empty, because we have a new count, right? But so what we could do is to do it this. Okay, let's already test this out, and then we can improve this this whole thing. I think we can combine this and this. We can combine it to one if. Let's see if this already works. Then it's bedtime. That's special. Happening here still. Put a breakpoint. Just do it on the fly. Nope. This. Okay, but we know for this case it works. the visible corners is filtering. Path. Those are two. That should not be a problem, right? I was drawing a problem somewhere else. 18. 118. Here. Oh, now here it is. Index was outside of the bounds. Aha, we should have checked here. So in this case, path corner scan is bigger than the visible length. Create a new with the bigger length corners, right? Because it was bigger. And then of course we don't have the we can only copy the ones from the corners lengths, the visible corner length. We don't want to, cannot copy more. Yeah, makes sense. We did the mistake here. Visible corners. Now here we only want to copy those that we have, because we reduced it. Here it makes sense. That was a copy error. Yep. There's still 43. Still this case. Why? We have here 4, and here we have 4. Maybe now the others. I need to stop debug this. No, we're not on the enough mesh. Great. Start. Maybe in the case where we reduce it. So adding new works. Removing, that doesn't work. Okay. Removing 3. So how can we test this? From here to here. And it only happens once. Or why? In this case, right? And we want to have one here. Okay, so this works. And then in this case, it doesn't work, right? Okay. What is happening? Elements to remove count. Okay. This is 1. Okay. Then this is 2. Wasn't it 3? Ah, this is just 1. Here we have 3. Ah. Path corners count was 2. Why was it 2? That doesn't make sense, maybe. Path corners count. What do you actually want to know? Are there 3 no matter only 2? Ah, in the new path there are only 2. Okay. So we want to reduce it by 1. Ah, then we need to change this to divisible chorus minus 1. Because this is already the new path. Okay, this is actually yeah, it works. It's kind of weird to do it like this. Let's do it like before. We have the scene view. And here I can navigate. Navigate here. Ah, now we lost the navigation. That's the navigation problem, but maybe start not here. Let's start not back here. Already have some corners right in the beginning. What the heck? Why am I going? Aha. I need to change the whole thing. Yeah. Move this around to look at the pitch. And there we go. And then you immediately see the corners, and I don't update all the time. Also make them smaller. That's okay. Let's make it 0.3. There we go. Ooh, works. I have a screenshot of this. Boom. I can send an update later. Let's add. Okay, cool. This works. And now we want to do this. No, we need to do this in a different way. Here we need to have the visible corners that we can loop over, and here. Yeah, the new visible corners, so we just leave it like this. I think best. Okay, I know actually what we wanted to do. Well, let's push this already. So display what's it called? Display path corners. Let's see how we could. Now, of course, you want to have like a toggle if you want to visualize this or not. This want to have a public so corners toggle. By default, want to do this. Cool. I'm gonna toggle clip false. So if corners should shown, and then maybe we're gonna just have a separate function for this. Handle path visualization. Can we not call this from outside of oh no, we need to public void Toggle. And this we're gonna do align position right. I have a method. Public update. We're just gonna outsource this into a different method. This is of course private. Give it away. Yeah, we're just gonna say the same. I'm lost. Where was I? Here. No, in the draw method. And we update visible corner, E and position. The line position. And if not, then we do we're gonna loop over the that visibility corners, visibility. We have a bool. Go. And then we have for each loop. Corner. Up. Go. false. And here true. So we can just have a toggle to set it on and off. And of course, we only want to do this once. We need another toggle for that, so we don't run it all the time, only one when it says changed. Bool visibility has change corner. Changed. True and toggle. Used. Back. Change. Don't waste. We don't loop all the time. So that means corner visibility true. How do we know if it changed? Well, it's too late for thoughts like this. So actually, what do we want to achieve? We want to avoid that we call this function all the time, right? So we just need to add this. If it has changed. But where do we set this to? That's the question. Go corners toggle. So per default, it's false. Then if it's a true, we say, okay, corner visibility is changed to true. And then in here, we set it to false again. But it is just probably that's we don't want to do this all the time. Just want to switch it once. Need to do this in the draw path. So in any case, if it's true or false, it has changed. And then update the visibility. And then in the visibility, set it to false again, right? Makes sense. Test this. Let's test it out. Da hast du dir was eingebaut, Klaus. Jetzt musst du dann mit mir und Josh Radio Not spielen. Yeah, I discovered Ready or Not last week. Quite fascinated. So there are no corners by default. Now if we go here and say I want corners, boom, we have corner. We have corners. And then boom, we have no corners. Oh, here's still one corner. You are illegal. You are so illegal. Why are there... What the heck? What the heck? There's so many here. No, that should not get updated. Well, not perfect, our program. Why? Why are there some more? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We hide them, right? Okay, all are gone. All come again. Okay, that's so far so good. Good. Now if we move around to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8. Maybe happen like that. How did that happen before? Why are they not removed? We're not removing the ones that are deleted from the scene. That's not good. But we solved the issue. Yeah, so that is good. Now what we still need to do is remove. There are less corners, and here we want to destroy the ones that are not used anymore. Ooh, ow. Put corners because we're only gonna loop. Now we can remove. We could loop over the rest, but or we loop over. We loop over the visible corners. No, then we have an index out of bounds here. We need a separate loop. Probably we need a second loop. That's kind of ugly that we have two then, but so be it. How do we know if E is smaller than the last index of the new visible corners -1? The index is always -1, right? Because yeah, so the last index is 4. If there's 5 elements, the last index is 4. If no, we need to know which indexes are higher than the ones that looped over here. So if E is bigger than new visible corner length -1, then we destroy this visible corner. Does that make sense? Let's think this through again. We do not start at 0. We start at we can already start at new visible corner E. No. We can start at no. Do it different. Can we just do it different? Let's loop over the visible corners. Loop over the visible corners of the existing ones. And then as long E is smaller than the visible corners length, then we update. Copy old corner to new one, and if not, delete it. Remove deleted corner. Destroy. Boom. Smaller than the length. Makes sense? I think it does. Now we enable the corners. Here. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you go closer, we should reduce. Right. Now we're just gonna rid of one. 1, 2, 8. Boom. Which one is removed? This one still have. This one should have been removed, right? There we go. Yeah, before it would just go to the 0. Or it would just go to the 1. Nice. There we go. The big bit lagging behind, but that's okay. Totally fine. Yeah. Working. Beautiful. Now we understand a bit better what we are doing, right? And the next time we can add the AR, the out of the area off-screen target to this or this. I would say this one, or we take 1.5 meters. Yeah, can still figure out how we're gonna do this, but that's it for today. Let's push this still. Wow, quite a lot of code we wrote today. Let's see. Write a short comment. Handles the visualization of corners. Updates the position. Okay. That's it. Well, we did something that was not planned today, actually. But that's also fun sometimes. I mean, we are spontaneous, right? When closing, is this when closing is low? Okay, yeah, I've got to improve here something. When closing the app, there's a null pointer. Yeah, but I like this toggle now. I mean, we can add this toggle in the UI later. Okay. Toggle. Okay, code is live. I hope. Yes. And thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you next week for another coding session. Peace out.